Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your
one good turn deserves another
Photo News Fix. This fix is brought to you by Canon and their Imaging ProGraph 1000 professional printer. You know it's got to be pro when it says pro right in the product's title. I've been using the Canon Pro 1000 for 6 years and it's been fantastic. We all know that ink can be really expensive for inkjet printers, but I can tell you that the Pro 1000 sips the ink, which means you will be able to make more prints and more money when you sell them. Now, I've printed well over 2,000 prints and they continue to be colorful, vibrant, and lucrative, just like the day that I got the printer. Look, if you're a photographer who has the ability to sell prints, then you should invest in something like the Pro 1000. It will pay for itself time and time again. For more information or to get yours, head on over to bit.ly/Fro1000. First up, is this the new Canon R5 Mark II?
No.
Actually, there's more than meets the eye, because this R5 isn't really an R5 at all. It's a transformer. Last year, Canon teamed up with Takara Tomy to produce some transforming camera toys that were only available in Japan. And I wanted one, but I couldn't get one. Not even Roberta L. would give up the goods. I guess she's not working today. Well, there's good news. You can now purchase these outside of Japan, and that's actually what I did this morning. Now, I wanted the Optimus Prime version, but it was sold out, and I ended up grabbing the Refractor R5, even though I have no idea what a refractor actually is.
How dare you?
What? I'm over 40. I haven't played with my Transformers in like 30 years, or maybe 30 minutes. No, I only have He-Man behind me.
I find you strangely attractive.
Anyway, you can go grab one right now for the low, low price of $144, except if you live in Quebec, Canada, where it's not available for obvious reasons.
F you, buddy.
We all know what those reasons are. All of Canada hates Quebec.
You guys are
Will
dead.
you be ordering one of these? Next up, did you know that Sony almost abandoned the A mount in favor of the it wasn't the L mount, but in favor of the Micro Four Thirds mount?
What are you talking about?
According to an interview with Mr. Shigeki Ishizuka, who's the vice chairman of the Sony Group, the A mount and subsequent cameras were a failure, which led to discussions on what direction Sony should take in the future. Mind you, I'm paraphrasing the interview right now to make it a little quicker. Around 2007, Sony was asked to join the MFT movement, which would have clearly led to much smaller cameras, but of course, that would have come at a cost of joining a crowded market, which honestly doesn't exist anymore because Micro Four Thirds is dead. No matter what you try to tell me, you Micro Four Thirds shooting people, there actually aren't many of you, it doesn't matter.
Matters to me.
Because it sucks, and it always did suck. In the end, they decided to go the E-mount direction, but with the idea that it would be a more consumer-focused camera.
Makes a Nikon look like a disposable.
That's why they never intended to produce a full lineup of lenses or ever go full frame. Now, I, for one, am grateful they decided to go to the direction that they did go, because they pushed the industry forward at a much faster rate. Just not Nikon. They didn't move at a faster rate. But Jared, why you always pick on Nikon? Because I can't pick on Sony because they're the one that pushed the market forward. But I can pick on Pentax because they failed.
Low-hanging fruit gets the job done.
Now, there's a lot more to this story, and we will go into more details on the next FroKnowsPhoto Raw Talk podcast, which will come out on Friday. Now, if you like podcasts, check ours out wherever you get your podcasts, or head on over to FroKnowsPhoto.com/podcast. Next up, Canon Rumors is reporting that an anonymous source is claiming Canon will release, get this, a 24-105 f2.8 RF lens in the first half of 2023, which we're already almost at the end of the first half. We're close. We're in the first half of the first half. Now, can you imagine, one, the size?
That's what she said.
And two, the cost?
That's what he said.
To produce such a lens? Not to mention, now why do people say not to mention? I am mentioning it. So to mention it, there would be a ton of overlap with other RF lenses. You already have a bunch of 24-105 f4 options, a 24-72.8, a 28-70 f2, which I absolutely love, and maybe one day a 24-70 70 f4. But man, a 24 to 105 2.8 would kind of be the ultimate almost everything lens.
Everything.
Though I think Tamron was onto something when they came out with the 35 to 150 f2 to 2.8, because that lens is awesome. If this Canon lens is real, it would be great for weddings, portraits, certain sports, landscapes, travel, probably not wildlife, but almost everything else, including video. But it would have to be big and heavy.
That's what she said.
And probably cost something like $3,500. Now, if this is real, I'd love to add it to my bag, but I still might grab a 28 to 70 f2 more often because it gives me that f2, which separates me from everybody else. And finally, DPREVIEW is shutting down.
Man, that sucks!
That's right, after nearly 25 years, the site will not only be shut down, but is set to go dark in the not too distant future. Now, for those who didn't know, DPREVIEW was bought by Amazon all the way back in 2007, probably for a ton of stock as well as some money. And if the founders kept that stock, they'd be rich, bitch! Now, here's what's gonna happen. On April 10th, the site will be available in read-only mode, and at some point after that, it may be completely removed from Amazon's servers. Though I wonder how much it actually would cost a month to simply leave the site up in read-only mode and bank on all those banner ads as well as affiliate sales from all the back links. Because I doubt that Ken Rockwell would ever turn his site off because he needs to feed his growing family. Now, I remember turning to DPREVIEW when I was looking to buy my first DSLR, the D2H. Now, I didn't like what they had to say exactly about the camera, and I still bought it anyway, and it served me really well for years. Now, there's no denying that DPREVIEW had a style, which was more heavy on shooting charts than shooting photos. I kid. No, I don't. They literally shot charts and based their reviews off of those charts. Nonetheless, it is sad to see them go because they've been a solid resource for all things digital cameras for a long time. Maybe I should make an offer to buy their site and save it and make all of that backlink money. And there you have it. That's your photo news fix this time around. To check out the last fix, go ahead and click on the screen right here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And that's where I'm gonna leave it. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.